Hi, excuse me.
Hi.
So I'm conducting an interview on your life in RP. Can you tell me more about yourself?
Yeah, sure, come. Let's go ahead. Hi, my name is Ishraf. So I'm a third year DSC student. Today I'll be sharing with you about some of the highlights that I faced throughout the past 3 years in this school. Okay, so during my first year, it was an introduction to this whole program. So I think one of the things that highlighted me the most was this module called Inclusive Physical Activity. So pretty much in this module, we pretty much learn about different modifications towards persons with different disabilities, and also to learn how to modify and be more inclusive into the sports. Okay, so come on. So one of the experience that I had was having my whole class join in to play seated volleyball. So it's a very modified game compared to our normal volleyball sport. Okay, so like you can see over here as well, modified tennis game. This is called pickleball, which is more suited more to elderlies. Okay, in year 2, so pretty much I took up more leadership roles, being in the committee member for the student leaders. I actually took up the opportunity and opened up to being in such events such as the open house, and also participated in the autism spectrum disorder workshop, as well as also the elderly workshop. So this is where we conducted different games and sports for different age groups and people with disabilities. Okay, and in my final year, I had the chance to take a project. Okay, so we decided to do moves, which is movements of varied exercises for elderly. And me and my group, we decided to plan a training program, which is where we teach trainers to train elderly. So that is a very eye-opening project. Okay, let's go. Okay, so at the start of the year, I felt a bit nervous and a bit uncertain. You know, coming into the school, haven't even learned any modules yet. I was just thinking about coaching, or maybe just more about talking and then just demonstrating, just showing how you do things. But as I learned certain modules, especially instructional strategies, it taught me different ways to coach, especially learning different methods of coaching. It really brought my confidence up. Okay, in year 2, where I had to take up more leadership roles, I was a bit more shaky, especially having to be in charge of a booth during the open house, and also taking up being in charge of a sporting role when I'm coaching for the elderly as well as the kids with autism spectrum disorder. Okay, when I was very nervous, I had friends and also teachers coming up to me and telling me to just calm down, take it easy, and even if I do happen to mess up, I will take it as a learning experience. Okay, so that actually helped me build up to be a better coach, and also when I do it externally when I'm coaching for kids as well. And in my final year, when me and my group were planning the training day to teach other trainers the Train the Trainers program, our expectation was more of helping them learn easily and also being able to adapt to different exercises for the elderly. So creating that event, making it fun as well and more easy to understand, it was very nice to see them smile and also enjoy themselves, which brings me a lot of joy into especially being a coach. Yeah.
Looking back on the challenges that helped me grow, I think that one of the key learning points that I learned was managing stress itself, especially during my second year when I had multiple deadlines with a lot of graded assignments, coaching plans due, at the same time juggling with the leadership duties and my work as well. I think I reached to a point where sometimes I'll just freeze and also where nothing gets done. So that's where I learned to manage my time better by breaking tasks into smaller steps and also even using a daily planner like Time Tree, which will help me schedule my appointments as well as keep track of my deadlines. I realized that when stress is unmanaged, it affects me a lot in many different ways. So I started using this ATP, which is Anticipate, Think, and Perform. So, for example, before doing big events, I'll think ahead before what I'll do or what I'll say before it could go wrong. So it requires planning. So I'll plan what to do and mentally rehearse it before the actual day. So, for example, during the senior event, the elderly workshop, one of the speakers arrived late, so I had to take over and then to calmly make sure that the event still runs smoothly. So this was something that I couldn't have done in year 1 as I was not confident enough. I realized that when stress is being unmanaged, it really affects me in many different ways. So individually as a person, I started using ATP, which stands for Anticipate, Think, and Perform. So for example, such as big events like the elderly workshop, when one of my partners that was supposed to be the MC was late, I decided to take over and make sure that everything still runs smoothly on time. And to be very proud of, this was something that I couldn't do in year 1 because I was not really confident. And for the team, especially for my final year project team, I decided to apply active listening and also clear communication. This will work alongside with my classmates, my group mates, and especially my lecturers, because everyone brings different expectations. So by asking more questions upfront and also clarifying the roles earlier, it'll avoid a lot of miscommunication in the long run.
So I think looking back, I've come a long way, especially when I'm starting to learn how to coach, especially I'm coaching in many different diverse groups, many different capabilities as well. I think the diploma in sports coaching really taught me really well. especially in terms of managing my stress. As individually as a person, I think that I can start, I'll apply what I learned through keeping my schedules intact as work and also leadership roles. I think that using a planned schedule will keep me intact and also keep track of my due dates as well as manage my overall stress. And also when working in groups with especially my teammates or even working with external stakeholders as well, I believe that everyone has different opinions, so I need to be more open and more communicative by sharing our views and also being more understanding just to find the right idea to form together. Okay, and I think the main takeaway from this is coaching isn't just about techniques, not just about demonstrating and showing, but it's also about how you manage stress and also how you manage the people, especially communication, which is the key takeaway. Okay, so after graduation, I plan to keep coaching, especially maybe in an inclusive setting with elderlies or even kids with disabilities as well. I'll just continue using the stress management things that I learned, especially during lesson 8, and also I'll be more open to communicate more openly and also ask feedback, especially when I'm coaching like my students or anything, so that I can continue to improve. And with that said, thank you RPDSE for the past 3 years. It's been a very meaningful time that I had together with my peers and my lecturers, and thank you for letting me grow and to keep learning and find many different ways. And with that, thank you.